What just happened? I'm Dan, that's Jules, and that is Bag Face over there. And today we're here to talk season 3, episode 3 of From, called Mousetrap. Now, if you're new here, what we like to do is make theory videos based on your comments. This week, we're looking for a lot of comments on Jade and what he's seeing and what that all could mean. Last week, we focused on Fatima a lot. So this week, we're going to try to focus on Jade. So if you got any theories on Jade, put them below. Anything at all we'll work with. So comment below your theories. We're making a theory video in 2 days. So if you want to be included, get those theories in now. So this episode starts off with Thomas, maybe not Thomas, probably not Thomas, on the phone with Jim. He's like, "You're not my son." And then he's like,
"You should be watching Julie and Ethan. You shouldn't let them play outside till close to dark."
And I'm like, oh shit, he's fucking with them. What is this, guys? Is this just the town fucking with Jim? Is that all it is?
I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I can't tell if it's something trying to help Jim or if it's something just trying to fuck with them. It could just be in the same vein as Boyd, where they're trying to see if they can break Jim and slowly pick away at individual people, Jade and everyone. So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, to me, it definitely seems like this is just whatever this entity is, just fucking with him.
Yeah.
Because, like, why else would they be like, it's Thomas? Like, that's a gut punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nice that he just kind of immediately was like, "You're not my son. Like, I'm not even
I'm not falling
entertaining
for
this."
shit.
You know what I mean?
You are not my son.
It kind of ties into the end of the episode, but I think whoever it is, whatever it is, doesn't know what is going on outside of the town. We'll talk about that at the end.
Interesting. And I called something at the end of this episode. I'm very excited to talk about that. So then we see Boyd ringing the bell. I haven't seen him do this in a very long time. I don't remember the last time I saw him do this, but it was nice to see him doing that again. And then him and Jim talk. Boyd can tell that Jim is not in the right mindset. He doesn't tell him about the phone call. I wish he did talk to somebody about it, and that would have been cool. But he goes,
"Things are getting worse around here, aren't they?"
Jim's an idiot. I just got to say, man, like, your dead son called you on the phone that doesn't work in a town in the middle of a void of nothingness, and you say nothing to no one. You don't say anything. You're just like, huh, that was weird. I'll keep that to myself.
In his defense, he did get some looks when he said something about the voice on the radio to people. They're like, "Are you fucking nuts?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but Donna heard that. She should have had his back. Yeah, but Jim is a kind of an annoying character. Back to Henry and Tabitha. So she was looking at the paintings all night. Guess what? I would have been doing the same exact thing.
There has to be something in that basement, in those paintings that I'm missing.
Holy shit. What is all this stuff? There's answers here. Tabitha has kind of a breakdown this episode, especially towards the end of it. And then they talk about the boy in white, and then she hears something. Henry goes,
"Oh, the bottles. Of course I hear them. Miranda used to call it the bottle tree."
So they have one in their backyard. What the hell? It's like Miranda, Henry's wife, was truly a chosen person for the town. I kind of hope we get a flashback scene of her in the town. I think that would be really nice, and it would piece some things together. Would you guys like to see that?
Yeah. I wonder if she made the bottle tree or if it was already in the town. Like, if she got visions of it and she started making it, or if she made the bottle tree in the town.
I think it was there before.
I feel like she got visions of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she got visions of it, and that's why she made it in the real world, because I'm pretty sure someone pulls down a note from the 1800s. When they were
right.
When they first saw it.
There were some old ass notes in there. So, like, I think she just, because I mean that's what all the paintings in the basement were, right?
Yeah,
like stuff she visioned.
But that was after the acid, right?
So
like she had the acid trip, and then she started painting all those stuff. So maybe she was getting visions way before that too.
Way before that too. Yeah.
I think that they meant that she made the bottle tree after they dropped acid, but she made it there because that's where they dropped acid, and that's when she started having those visions.
Yeah,
that's how I interpreted it.
Well, what do you guys think? Let us know below. And then Boyd is talking to Ellis about how he wants to trap one of the creatures, and he wants to do it by trapping them inside of a house and then putting a talisman in the house, and then they can't leave.
They keep those things from getting into the houses. Maybe it can keep them from getting out of something.
Which is an interesting theory and concept, but also there was a talisman in the barn when they were in the barn when they killed Tin Shen. But you could also say, oh, they got in from the backside, and that's how they got in and out, and they weren't shut in with the talisman. So maybe it'll work. It's interesting to see if it will work. Donna comes in, and she's like, look, dude, this is a bad idea. I don't think you should be doing this. And then he says his own words.
They are not human.
Well, according to Christy, they were at some point.
So I guess Christy's own words. just like Fatima. Just saying. She's human at some point. Yeah, I'm going full in on that theory that she's turning into a monster. I really am. Speaking of, we see her and she doesn't want to eat the fresh meat from the cow that was killed, and the smell of coffee makes her sick. So what does she do? She goes out, looks for the rotting crops, and starts eating away. And I wonder what that shit actually is, because she scarfs that down, and it looks gross. It's cake, you think?
Yeah. When I was going through to find the thumbnail, I was going frame by frame, and there's a shot you could see it's cake on the inside.
That makes sense. All right, you can make cake look like anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a whole show about it.
Yeah.
Cake or not.
I hate the sound of people eating. So that whole 5 minutes was torture for me to listen to because I had my headphones in.
Oh no. Tilly sees her, and there's people that theorize Tilly is evil and she's been to the town before, and that she's kind of the mole, the one that's in on it, because people think there is someone that's in on it, that's in the town already. So if you guys think that, theorize below. We'll talk about it in the theory video. And then we see Kenny leads a group where him and Jim stayed, and they see those scarecrow looking things, and their objective is to get more food. They all drew straws, and they have to go out and get more food and bring it back to the town. So that's what they're doing for now. A huge thing happens later in that setting, so we'll talk about it in a little bit. And Ethan is wondering if Tabitha's body is just rotting, and then Jim gets pissed.
Stop! God damn it!
And then Julie gets pissed at Jim for getting pissed.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, really kind of a parent of the year, huh?
And then the phone rings again, and he just slams it. So yeah, father of the year. That's Jim for you. Yeah, he's the best.
And again, in his defense, I feel like I have to play devil's advocate a little bit here. I understand why he got frustrated. I wouldn't want to hear anybody talk about my wife like that, or my, estranged wife, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about whether or not her corpse is rotting. Especially, I don't want to hear that from my child.
Yeah, that's true.
What I mean? He could have handled it differently, but
he could handle a lot differently. So then this is the scene that we were talking about, alluding to earlier. Henry tells Tabitha that the bottle tree is not the original.
The original's in a park a few towns over.
And it's where they dropped acid.
You could say that tree is where this all started.
Was it there before? Did she make it afterwards? That's something to theorize about. And she wants to go right now. So she needs sleep, but she wants to go right now. And she starts freaking out in a little bit. And then Father Khatri is back fucking with Boyd. That's the way I take it. I don't see this as actual Father Khatri. I see this as a vision that the town is making Boyd see. I don't think it's actually him, because he even asked him, he's like, so what are you? And he's like, I can't answer that for you, Boyd.
Yeah.
It's kind of fishy, you know what I mean? He's making a memory board. They just bury the people. They don't have
tombstones.
They don't have tombstones or anything to memorize the people with, even though his wife has one that we saw in season 1. She does have one, but they want kind of a memory board for everyone who has passed in the town.
The graveyard has no markers, no headstones. We should have a place for the names.
He tells him about the plan that he's going to trap one in a house, put the talisman up, and he's like, you think that's going to work? And then Boyd's like, you know what?
I think better when I work with my hands. So leave me the fuck alone, huh?
So then Victor goes to see Sarah. Tell me, please, guys, what you got from this scene. He sees she's trying to fix the thing that Kenny broke that her brother gave to her.
I don't think I'll ever be able to put it back together, but I'd like to try.
And he wants to build a fort and tell her a story. Huh?
He's gonna drop some good lore, I think. Victor is like a kid, right? So I think he's probably thinking I need a safe space to tell someone something that I don't want to say. So he wants her to build a fort so he can say some stuff.
Yeah, when you look at it from that angle, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But also, I think it has something to do with it. It feels like very fairy, not in the typical Disney fairy tale. The OG Brothers Grimm. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys have read those, but they're brutal.
Yeah, like the Fae that we talked about in the first theory video. Yeah, if you haven't seen those theory videos we made, they're so much fun. Watch them.
Yeah, so it just kind of seems like it's connected to that, and that's why he wants to tell her a story. It's going to be like a little fairy tale that's actually about the town.
Well, I'm excited to hear that story. Okay, cool. And then Tilly, since she saw Fatima, she goes to see her, and she's like, "Yo, I used to lick eggshells."
I used to lick the inside of eggshells.
Trying to make her feel better about herself. And she's like, I used to take them out of the trash.
I would even sneak them from the garbage when my husband wasn't looking.
Lick the inside of eggshells, so she lets her in. And
I want to know. I want to know whose idea that was. Who on the writing team was like, licking eggshells. That's her thing.
So random.
She's worried about what people will think Fatima is, and she can't tell Ellis how scared she is. What if something's wrong? She was never supposed to be able to conceive. She just wants the baby to be okay. So Tilly's like, let's find out.
Well then, Let's find out.
She has a plan. So we'll come back to that in a bit. And I know that pissed Bag off. So we'll talk about it when it comes up. Then Henry and Tabitha are in the car. And the song that was playing on the tape was Jim and Tabitha's song, which was also Miranda's favorite song. In this moment, Tabitha's starting to be like, this is all too weird. Everything's a little too, like, this doesn't make sense. And she kind of goes crazy in a minute. And then the crew are putting together crops. And I love the scene when they're talking shit on Jade. And he's like,
you're going to whisper. You should try actually whispering.
I can hear what you're saying, you dickheads. I fucking love Jade, dude. So he heads off and he sees a man with a knife in his eye, and then it's gone.
And I think it was a railroad spike. I only know that because I laid railroad.
But that's like a what?
Yeah, right. He's done it. Bag has done everything.
It was on a TV show, and I had to play an extra, and they actually just made us lay railroad for like a whole day. It was weird.
I feel like we call you Bag just because you're like a bag of tricks. It's just like you just pull shit out of nowhere sometimes.
Seriously.
Like what the fuck?
Laid railroad once.
But I think that was also a callback to the girl in the tree.
Yeah, it was for sure. And he's seeing shit. So yeah, please go crazy with those Jade theories. We really want to highlight him in the theory video. So then Kenny and Christy see Jade and Dale fighting. And I don't even know how Dale didn't get in trouble for stabbing Ellis, but that's a whole nother story for another day. He says, Jade's like, yo, I need to head back to town. He runs off. Christy follows. And then Christy is the one that gets caught in the trap.
I shouldn't be out here. I should be back at the bar trying to figure out how.
And I'm like, no, she's one of my favorite characters. Please, nothing happen to Christy. Dude, if she gets killed this season, I'm going to be highly upset.
I know,
and
I love her.
She might, because we see at the end of the episode, there's new medics that come into town. So if there's new medics, you might not need the old medics. Just saying. It could happen.
Don't say that.
I know. It could happen. We'll
oh my
see.
God, poor Kenny is going to be destroyed if that happens.
Honestly, bro, they're taking everyone from him.
He's just going to go full, like, just psycho on these monsters and just start, like, mowing them down with, like, a chainsaw or some shit.
I would love that, honestly. I think that would be cool. So Jade and Kenny are fighting, and Chrissy's like, can you guys please focus on this trap that's on my ankle right now? So they're like, all right, we're going to try to do that. And Elgin is finally sleeping.
Glad he's finally getting some rest.
Tilly brings up that it's tarot cards that she wants to do, and it pisses Fatima off, and this pisses you off, Bag.
Yeah. What the hell, man? You're like stuck in a fucking impossible place with monsters and freaky children and cicada dreams and people being possessed, and you're like, tarot cards is a little too far for me, man. I don't know.
Where am I going? I opened up to you. I confided in you.
Like, what
right.
the fuck, dude? Yeah, it's so dumb.
I mean, like, until he immediately said that, she's like, really? Like, that's what you don't believe in?
That's your fucking line? Like,
Right. Yeah. So, yeah. Like,
it was just so irrational.
like Jules just said, she talks her into it, and she goes, you know, the cards told me about my cancer. They told me about this town. I just didn't realize it at the time. She does the whole spiel. She makes her shuffle. She lays out the cards, and she's like, all right, ask her questions. And she goes, is my baby okay? And then a crow smacks into the window.
Let's see what the cards have to say.
And then another crow breaks through the window and goes all through the house and breaks shit. What the hell was that? What was that?
It has something to do with Elgin. I guarantee it has something to do with Elgin.
It has to. Because it was like right after they mentioned him. They're like, oh, hey, remember Elgin? Bird hit in the window.
Yeah. His dreams or something. Yeah.
It falls right by his feet, too, when it finally falls to the ground, too. Okay. That's cool. I like that. And then Jade gets the metal rods from those scarecrow looking things. I don't know what else to call them. And
I think that's going to be a huge issue in the next episode.
You really want to start pulling apart the ancient tower of holy scary shit?
Because remember when Jim and Kenny are in the cabins and they hear shit, but it doesn't really. I think, there's something. It was protecting them from something. They mentioned it at the start of the episode, too, when Jade's like, you know, like maybe they're.
Look at how they're positioned. They may have been using them the same way we use the talismans.
Their version of the talismans, whoever was here before.
Yeah.
So I think them taking one down is going to be a big fucking issue.
Yeah, because they did. They took them down to get the metal rods to get Christy free. So that's an interesting idea, because they're going to have to stay in those little huts overnight. So, okay. I like that. I like that a lot. Good call. So it works. She's set free, but her ankle is dislocated. She tells them what to do. And then while this is happening, Jade sees a man drinking blood from a skull. It was the same man he saw before. Could that be a sign to cannibalism? I saw that in our comment section before when he saw that image before that could mean cannibalism in the near future. I don't know. If you guys think so, let us know in the comments. And then Kenny pops her ankle back into place and they get her to safety.
It's
so
feeling
she's
more
fine.
ritualistic to me.
You think so?
Yeah. I was thinking maybe it has something to do with like how people become the monsters. It kind of felt like that vibe.
Could be.
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, they had like the rocks with what I assume is blood all over them, or is
Yeah, the
meant
red
to
rocks.
look like blood at least. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
All surrounding this tree that he saw this dude with a railroad spike in his eye at. You know what I mean? And then this dude's drinking blood from a skull.
Yeah.
It's given like Yellow Jackets, you know?
Witchcraft
it is.
vibes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's where we really want to focus on Jade. So if you got anything from that, please let us know in the comment section. And then Randall, he sees cicadas, right? That's what he saw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that comes back into play somehow. But he was just imagining it. Boyd walks in and he's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And Boyd wants to switch spots for the night. He wants him to go stay in the sheriff's spot, and Boyd wants to stay in the bus so he can watch the creatures during the night and see what they do.
Because I want to watch our friends when they come out of the woods tonight. See what they're up to.
And this is all with his plan to try and trap one of them. So I'm very excited to see that scene. I hope that happens next episode. But they're going to have to deal with what happens after this scene because this shit's crazy. Henry and Tabitha are headed to the bottle tree, and then she finds the bracelet that she found in the town that she lost before.
I made this for my husband a long time ago and he lost it. And then I found this in the diner.
But he goes, "No, Miranda made that for me. It's like the same one though." And then Tabitha goes, "All right, this is all fake, right? I'm not actually in Camden, Maine. What happens if I get out of the car? Do I end up back in the hospital? Do I have to keep playing your sick fucking game, Henry? What's going on?" And then they argue, and then they get into a fucking car crash because Henry's like, "No, we're going to the tree." They get smacked. They end up in an ambulance. And then
they went to the tree, all right.
They see the fallen tree, so they're back in the town.
Not the tree they wanted, but they went to the tree.
There's a tree in the middle of the road.
They went to the tree. What the hell?
What the fuck?
Oh my god!
Such a good ending to the episode. I knew Tabitha was going to end up back in Fromville. I didn't know it would happen this
100%.
soon. In episode 3, that's a little soon. It's going to be nice for Ethan to at least know that his mom's not dead because he's been kind of really morbid about this whole situation. So that'll be nice, that little reunion. And maybe Tabitha will be like, "Look, there's a way out. There's a way out. We got some hope now." So we'll see. But yeah, they're back in the town.
We need you to jump out of this lighthouse.
Yeah.
This is where I was talking before, because when Thomas calls Jim on the phone, he's kind of talking about like, why'd you leave your wife? Like, why'd you let her go? I don't think whatever is calling him on the phone knows that Tabitha is coming back to the town. Like, I don't think there's some huge overarching machine that's like bringing
it's like,
people.
Did you want her to die? You wanted her to die?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And whatever this thing is going to be like, oh shit.
I also love the fact that they didn't get to the tree. So there's like mysteries on the outside of like whether the outside is connected to the inside. And I think maybe Tabitha and Miranda are like the same person or something. That's why they're making the same bracelet. I was going to say,
like, they have some kind of connection.
Yeah. It's something funky.
I love that. So people have theorized that Tabitha in our comment section is actually Victor's sister. I know the nationality doesn't work out because I think Tabitha is like Portuguese or something like that. But that's an interesting theory. I don't know if I believe it, but there is definitely a connection between Miranda and Tabitha. They were both like chosen ones, right? Yeah. And they both made the same bracelet and they both ended up in the town. They both see visions and there's something going on with there. It's going to be interesting to see how Henry deals with being in the town and how that all happens. And it's going to be interesting to see these new people, these new medics, how they deal with being stuck there, because we always have to do the same spiel of people being like, "Oh, this is bullshit. Oh, it's real. I got to go hide." Very excited to see next episode, dude.
I can't wait to see Henry and Victor see each other again.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
It makes me think that maybe something really bad is about to happen, and that's why they
I was
have
just
an
going to say
ambulance
it's
in
going
the
to
town.
be either really great or really, really, really bad.
Like, all of a sudden the town has a bunch of medical equipment that they would need if something really bad happened and they had to fix a bunch of people up. Kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, interesting.
Oh, how convenient.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I really hope my theory is wrong that since there's new medics, you don't need Christy anymore. That would fucking suck. I love Christy, and that would kill Kenny like
we
Jules
just needed
said.
more medics.
Yeah, just more, because something crazy is coming
As long as that fucking bald dude that stabbed Ellis dies, I'm fine. I
Yeah,
just want
Dale.
him to die so bad. I hate him.
Fuck you,
I hate
Dale.
him so
Fuck
much.
you, Dale.
Yeah, fuck you, Dale.
All right, theory video coming soon. Drop those comments below as soon as you can because we're making it in 2 days. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Later.
Peace.
Bye, guys.
We already know they talk. So we catch one, we make it talk.
What just happened?
What just happened?
What just happened?
What just happened? That just happened.